Hopefully this one starts out better than it did this morning with Walter.
Dude, boy.
Pretty sure we were arguing for 20 minutes. Hey, it's not my fault. He started it. First, he made me wait an hour and a half. Then he was talking all stupid.
Yeah.
Only so much I can take. I'm just one man.
Yeah.
But before you ruin everything, congratulations to Cassie Lee and Sean Spears.
Well, that was part of it.
Yeah. Well,
Also,
hey, well, I gotta have something. Yeah, literally just popped. But hey,
it was a cool way on how she revealed it.
yeah,
That was cool.
it did.
Where he took the chocolates first and put them in a sweatshirt. That's the important thing.
Hey, smart man. Yeah, but it does absolutely. I mean, it's great news. It sucks for all of us that you know,
That's right.
it's terrible for that whole thing. But congratulations to them because that is a
I
beautiful,
wonder if it.
beautiful thing.
I wonder if it's a boy. He'll name him 10.
I just think that it absolutely, sucks just work wise because now that MJF is gone, he is worthless. Literally, not even like making like what has he done? They lost to that MJF through walked out, right, stormed out, and quit and all that. And yeah, right. Again,
Yeah.
everyone, if he got fired or whatever, what do you really think he'd be sitting here saying nothing right now for this long? No one has that good of a contract where you can't even talk for a certain amount of days. If Vince isn't that good, no one's that good. If otherwise, well, it's just really exciting, to see I don't know what, an hour or so of Raw without a commercial break, and then like there
Yeah.
wasn't one every 9 seconds even after that, or in NXT. Like we actually got to think through 45 minutes or so last night before they finally went to commercial break, and it was during the entrances, and we only missed like a minute of the match, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so. Congratulations, Vince leaves for 5 seconds, and suddenly it's not a commercial break every 4 minutes. That was a great change of
Yeah.
pace.
Yeah.
And the commentary team didn't fall apart.
Yeah. And fun fact, since we're gonna jump into Raw, let's see
Oh,
here.
oh, by the
Two
way,
point two
thank you,
point two.
Triple H, before you start. Thank you,
Yeah.
Triple H, for finally, I don't know what the hell Vince was waiting for, killing Tony D and Escobar, and someone's getting sent away. Thank you for finally seemingly doing it. I'm glad it took the guy that was in charge for literally a week to do it. We've been sitting there going, when are they going to do it? When are they going to? Hey, Triple H in charge, what? Yeah, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
about 3 weeks. This.
But
And
yeah, speaking.
you're welcome, America. But not as good as
Yeah.
last week's, but
Speaking of Raw, 2.23 million. The highest since 3/16/2020. Couldn't imagine why. And that was when they actually had Stone Cold show up and still didn't get enough views.
you could still, I mean, never imagine, 3/16, 2020. No
Yeah.
reason in particular that millions of people were going, what? I must see this.
Yeah.
I could never imagine.
And since we're touching on Raw, I don't know if you noticed, but Mr. Theory was not there. Condolences. He lost his uncle. So that's why he was not there to continue what he's been doing. So as much as no one really likes Theory, I'm all about the condolences and family. So,
Yeah. And personally,
that sucks.
all loss, in that, anything sucks.
Yeah.
Especially when, Theory's a baby, which means I don't think the guy was really all that old. I'm not trying to, they had to
Yeah.
be around 40 or something. I mean,
Well,
he wasn't that old.
technically, Mr. Theory turned 24 yesterday.
So I'm saying, like, he's not that old. So,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, that was a young guy too. So that does,
yeah,
I mean, when you're old, if it was another like 15, 20 years, it'd be like, cool, what, he lived a good life. But him being a baby, that guy was a baby.
yeah.
That does absolutely suck. And respect for actually letting him go when it was just
Oh,
an
yeah.
uncle, because, well, I just don't have faith in the
Well,
other guy to
then,
actually
then
be a human being.
well, then again, it could be a specific scenario. Maybe he was more than an uncle,
Yeah.
But again,
No, that's just what they,
just
yeah.
family
Yeah.
wise,
But
yeah,
no matter what, though, I mean, still sucks.
yeah. But speaking of things improving because a certain one is in charge, interesting thought from Mr. Levesque about Reigns. Had high praises for him. in certain aspects, as far as Reigns not just being the tribal chief character, he is being that character he's embracing, which obviously he's done for the past couple years now.
Where the hell have you been?
But just being, keeping it
Yeah.
on and off screen, just as, I mean, I wouldn't say just as good as Undertaker, because Undertaker always stayed in kayfabe. We've known Reigns to do, babyface speeches at house shows and stuff like that.
Movies.
But yeah, really embracing the character a lot more than just, expected.
No, I mean, someone has to.
Yeah.
It's the only character they have really been. Someone had to. I'll just leave it at that. It'll be nice. Yeah. The old man is gone. I'm gonna do what WWE did. Just no longer exist. Gone from everything. Like Vince went from being Vince to ghosting the whole world.
Yeah. And speaking of I wouldn't say ghosting, but apparently Brock is being advertised for day one, since we're already talking about Roman Reigns. That kind of slipped out. I mean, card subject to change, but
let's put Brock on it. People will buy tickets.
Yeah. I mean, if he is around for day one, who do you see in the mix there? If not Roman Reigns, who do you think Brock could do a program with? That's believable. I mean,
would Brock?
I mean, he's already beaten the bejeebus out of Theory with a briefcase. So you can only do that so much. Even though we could watch that over and over again, but eventually it does get old.
Hey, day one is like a solid several. What everyone will forget about, like that ass whooping with that briefcase, or from top of the cell, will not be as vibrant in our minds. Let's say 4 so months ago, months from now, I'll be ready to see him mauled again. Like I'm always up to watch, Theory just get the bejesus beat out of him, because Brock, I mean, I don't know, there's just something about him beating the brakes off of someone. I mean, he just, no offense to Shanky and Drew in that chair, because I could watch that forever too.
I just don't see Brock against anyone else but Reigns. I mean, I can't really think
Drew
of a. I guess you could. I mean, that would be believable. Yeah.
To finally have them have their match in front of human beings.
Yeah.
And obviously Drew would be going over. No offense.
I mean, and depending
those days
on,
are over.
I mean, depending on who comes back between now and then, since things have changed lanes, and
the days of Brock being the one going over all the time apparently are dead. Even though that was a hell of a match, I've never seen anyone pick up a ring with a tractor, but and then go and sit in the ring afterwards. But Drew, I mean, Lashley, maybe like let them actually have a real thing, not end it all stupid like they did the last time, where you're sitting there going, really? Like we've been talking about this for how long? That's what you gave us.
Man.
Yay, because that wasn't the dumbest thing we've seen in a while.
I mean, now that we're TV 14, I mean, they could literally actually do something realistically.
More,
I mean, it doesn't have to be like straight MMA rules. I mean, you could have have it in a sense contain maybe shorter rounds, maybe not 5, maybe 3, or like something you could really, I mean, you could bring in people, judges from like Strike Force or something, or
that you could, I mean, you could bring back that fight pit thing that, that guy with the half tooth, Thatcher, like that him and Ciampa did down there and all. I mean, like, I just don't think that after the Brawl for All, I sure hope they don't ever try to bring in judges, but just let that one stay dead. It's like some of the flavors at Ben and Jerry's, which are all dead to me. In the graveyard, keep that one there. Don't move it. Just let it go. Just have them go out there and literally just have a street fight. No shit, like fight. Not like the stuff they always put together, which has the same common stuff. I mean, but there'd have to be some kind of. I don't want to see them do it, even if it is 2 guys that know what they're doing. How would they do it in the ring? It's just like logistically, and they wouldn't just let it be that. So just let it die with the Brawl for All, even if you have competent people. Vince is gone, but last time I checked, he didn't sell off his like 50-some% stock, majority. So he'll still be on the boards. So even though I think money's about to be even better for them personally.
Yeah. But speaking of money and actually blowing money, I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch lanes here. Batgirl movie with Keaton and Batfleck that was supposed
So
to
it
be
was
coming
cut.
out. Done.
Yeah.
I heard it was cut. Then I heard it was like going to be categorized as a TV movie, direct to HBO. I think it's kind of up in the air. If WB doesn't want to waste the money, I think they'll throw it on HBO Max. And speaking of HBO Max, if you have not watched the Harley Quinn animated series, the season premiere happened last week. I think it's a 3-episode premiere. I don't know if all 3 episodes were at one time or it's the premieres 3 weeks in a row. Usually goes on a weekly basis. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. Now I actually have something to watch since I'm caught up on all the other shows. But yeah, kind of disappointing. I was interested in seeing Keaton's Batman. I mean, for the simple fact that it's nostalgia.
Yeah, let's
So
see what
I
they
don't
did
know.
with that. I don't know. I don't know. I was excited for that mere
Yeah,
fact of it. I don't know they were always so cartoony and not vile. I think we're actually in a fairly decent place with Batman now as a character. So
yeah,
as long as it's just a little nostalgic. Oh yeah,
yeah,
to it. Yeah, because we're actually on like this good trajectory. I
yeah.
mean,
And with
nothing
you,
will live up to Bale to me. Sorry, Christian.
yeah,
Not it's like Christian Bale did
yeah.
that
And I
series.
and I honestly think it. I don't think Keaton this time around in this at the point he's at in his career. I don't think it would have been the cartoony, goofy stuff. It seemed to have a somewhat serious tone, so that would have been interesting to see. I mean, don't get me wrong. When he was in the Spider-Man movie where he's the bad
Yeah,
guy and was
it was
very
still
serious,
good.
I liked it.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm not
I
gonna
like
I,
I like serious Keaton. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll see. Since we're touching on comic book based stuff, if you didn't know, the 1st of August was Spider-Man's birthday, so happy belated birthday. Um, Usually I
George
know stuff,
George Jetson was born what? Yesterday, the day before, something like that.
something like that.
Yeah, George Jetson.
But you
Watch
know who
out.
was born? You know who was born today, 45 years ago? Mr. Tom Brady.
Oh well, no wonder I wasn't paying attention.
Happy birthday, Tom.
I just knew he was going to be 45 this season. I couldn't tell you when
Yeah.
the hell it was. Sorry, he
Yep.
didn't win. Sorry, he didn't win me any championships. He just robbed me of one opportunity to
Well,
win a championship.
apparently he robbed the Dolphins of a couple picks
I
and
know.
some fines. If you didn't see that
I
one,
saw. Hey,
yeah,
same.
it's the Dolphins. Who cares?
They weren't going to do anything anyway. I mean,
Uh,
but yeah, Tom Brady's birthday. Sorry, but I still watch 30 for 30 with him and Charles Woodson as he's going, see, there's a fumble. But none of us no one will ever be happy. All I'm going to say is incomplete pass. It's no longer a forward pass. And there's a reason they got rid of the tuck rule following that season. What? It was a fumble. And a dynasty is born. And well, we just went, shh. And we haven't found the ground since. Oh, the air again. I don't know what we just keep digging farther. We're going to find the core.
maybe Josh McDaniels might actually do something with it. Maybe.
Or I'll just leave. He's pretty good at doing that too. Well, I was just kidding. See you later. Bye. I'm out.
That coach job seems real great. I wonder if I would just say no.
What if I changed my mind? Like we just did the press conference. What if? Yeah, I'm leaving. This that
Right.
was.
Did he sign the papers before said press conference?
That still makes you a super douche. When you fly out there, you do the big thing at the press conference.
Yeah.
I mean, he might as well have gone. Yeah, I'm not signing it. What? I'm not coach. What? You just got punked. I mean, at least say something funny in there just to confuse everyone. But yeah, that was good. I don't know. We suck.
Yeah.
It's whatever the NFL wants it to be. When it made a difference for the Raiders. Brady, maybe. Raiders. Well, we're just gonna suck until there is no more NFL. Like us and the Jags in the opening preseason game. I'm going to quote Tony Schiavone. That'll put butts in seats. Let's watch the second, third, and fourth stringers for the Raiders and the Jaguars play each other. That's like, Jesus God, that's like being a Cowboys fan in the playoffs. It's going to suck. God bless. They could have picked, even if it's preseason, you could have picked two, like the Raiders and the Jags. I mean, for the love of Christ, you might like.
Got to give him some kind of confidence builder. there's any confidence in
We
there.
suck, but at least we don't suck as bad as them yet. Like, yay! Like the
So
toilet
what if you?
bowl. They're starting the season with the toilet bowl.
So what if you lose to the Jags? What does that make you?
I don't know. The urinal cake. Just dissolving more and more every day. Do we get a shiny new toy? And then guess what? We just piss through our hands again.
But speaking of dissolving and shiny things, Ric Flair's last match. How about that?
Wanted to do a top rope dive. Never thought I'd say this. Thank you, Charlotte. Ric Flair wanted to do a top dive. I went, like, Dad, what? How about we don't? And Charlotte is saying, "Please, God, don't." What, you stupid? I could just
I
imagine.
was watching snippets here and there for his age, not too bad. I mean, he
Oh, I
didn't do
know.
anything. He didn't do anything crazy, which at first we thought he was going to, but then, as you said, it's like Flair goes, "I want to do that." No,
I wish I could have
I
been there
want
for
to.
that
No,
conversation. Like, but
yeah,
but Sting didn't almost die about 2 years ago. What? No, but you crazy old bastard. And shout out to DDP and Bret Hart for pretty much just getting shit on in everyone's pictures.
yeah.
Mick Foley and Undertaker showed up for Rick's last match. Like,
And there's
DDP's right there. Brett's literally sitting right next. Hey, he does what? See, look, Brett screwed Brett. He could be sitting right next to them, and no one gives a damn. I was sitting there going,
or
like,
the
even in
meme,
headlines with all three of them, and I'm going, he's right.
and even the shot of all three of them with Michelle McCool and there's DDP going like, and that awkward moment goes, even DDP still stalks Undertaker's wife. Like for that to come across as a meme was great.
I didn't see that one.
I did.
There should have been.
I don't think I shared that, but yeah, that came across because it was a really awkward moment where Paige had the weirdest face, and he just happened to be between Michelle and Taker at an awkward angle.
I mean, that could have been a great, 20 years later, still stalking his wife.
Yeah.
See what? Storytelling, what? That's the long burn. We forgot all about it, and suddenly we're going, creepy son of a bitch. But yeah, shout out to Bret Hart and DDP, because you guys were literally right there. Hell, even worse, how do you think Michelle felt? It's not like she was a couple-time women's champion or anything. Undertaker and Mick Foley. Never mind Michelle, his wife sitting right next to him. But she's not there. No, what? She's just that lady that happened to be in the picture with the Undertaker. Yeah, like they're going, what? Okay, what? That's even worse. What, ignoring Brett and DDP is one thing. What, Michelle's sitting right there in the picture, and everyone's like, what? Like, yeah, Mick Foley, Taker, and some blonde lady. It's like how, like, God. And I saw like 30 of them. Like, how do you miss, like, Jesus? What? There's like a picture of Hall of Famers. Only two of you matter. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
I mean, that was just God. DDP matters.
But yeah. Wow. Since we mentioned Michelle McCool, which kind of brings me into Diva's side of things. So Becky really out? Is it a legitimate injury? I haven't really heard that. I know they're trying to rebuild her, as you had called it, as the man. Are we just letting the whole Bailey, Io, and Dakota versus Bliss, Bianca, and Asuka, so Becky gets some time off, kind of focus on them, build that up a little bit, and then we see Becky back in the fold? I'm thinking maybe Survivor Series. I mean, you add Becky, with the good guys, and maybe someone else with the bad guys. I mean, you have yourself a women's Survivor Series match. I know it's 5-on-5, but they could always do 4-on-4 unless they find one for each other team besides, what I mean? Like,
and I'd give her over 3 months, just not be there for a while. I mean,
yeah,
we know she'll be doing stuff at Clash at the Castle. It's just physically impossible. She's not going to be in the building for that. But yeah, that could, I mean, if you do it Survivor Series, that's 3.5 months or so off.
Yeah, and
before she even has to show up.
And you even have three already on each team. So I mean, you could find people between now and then.
Or you just wait for what? You could wait until they're at the damn thing.
Yeah.
Who's your number 5? Oh, and everyone,
Yeah,
wherever the hell they are. I mean, unless they're in what that Arkansas, or wherever that was, where you couldn't even like fill up half a building with "Don't go back there."
yeah,
Go somewhere good for Survivor Series and have like just the pop. Everyone will be happy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, so
and it
you have
gives her
three
3
for
months
each
to do
team. I
nothing.
mean, I would be safe to say that's going to be women's Survivor Series match there, at least with those 6 in it at this point. I mean, you could always throw Natalia with Bailey and I don't know, somebody
Tamina,
else. Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, yeah.
why not?
Or even Rhea because that would kind of be safer for her to do something like that if she's fully cleared by them. I could see that
Uh,
just
that
for
may,
the fact that Bailey's on Raw and obviously
yeah.
Rhea's on Raw and
So that makes it's either that, or I mean they really only have Lacey Evans at this point. I mean that you could in any
or
form or fashion of a heel at all. I mean, unless what Sasha comes back.
or we have supposedly we could throw Naomi and Sasha in there since
Yeah.
supposedly they're in some good graces at this point.
Well, I mean that's because the old man left. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he's in charge. Like, what? We'll actually get used.
You
Okay.
throw Naomi in the bloodline, instant heel. There you go. I mean, even Sasha could play either side of the card, really, because if you think about it, Naomi comes back, she might go to SmackDown with the
Eh,
bloodline, and Sasha goes to Raw. You know,
Sasha, no matter what, is going to get booed out of the building when she shows
yeah,
up. So
yeah,
you might as well make her a heel.
yeah. I
Don't
mean,
give us the
it's
few weeks of a baby face and screw this.
I've noticed the women's division they really haven't been completely separated for each show. They've been kind of intermixed and mingled, which I'm fine with, because it gives you
Because
know
Vince killed the division.
well, that too. But I don't know if you've noticed it, but there's not like a set of girls on SmackDown and a set of girls on Raw. They've been kind of like in limbo, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some weird stuff with everybody,
Yeah.
and I don't like it. I mean, as nice as it is to see everybody all the time, because that's what we knew during like the greatest era ever. I just think if they actually like had competence
Yeah.
on both shows, like I like the brand split just because that really does guarantee more people more opportunities in things that actually matter instead of what one person when they're both on one guy, only one person matters, and then the rest are just
Yeah.
not there doing anything. So I
Yeah.
so I like the brand split because of that. They shot themselves right wherever you would like them to shoot themselves. The
Yeah.
foot, the hand, and the wee wee. You know, yes, you heard that
I
right,
mean,
people.
and
In the
then
wee wee.
we still have
It's
Rhonda, who's currently suspended, whichever way they're going to turn her at this point. Oh yeah, we know.
hey, she just like we said, what she'll be a baby face for a couple months, and then ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, she'll start mauling people, and she'll go back to do what she did last time. She'll be a complete
Yeah. I
dick
mean,
for a couple
if they
months
have
and
a
call it a day.
Survivor Series match with the women, they definitely have a good good plethora of talent that they can use.
If they actually, that I have
Yeah.
faith that they'll actually be utilizing
Yeah.
now, because I mean, I understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pissed off, but I mean, okay, I get why Naomi might have been pissed off. Sasha's just, I mean, Jesus, for the love of God, look what happened last time. I mean, you were complaining because this, that, and the other thing. What you were literally on TV.
With
You had
titles.
2 titles, like you were a double champion, like you were doing every single show 1 week. I'm pretty sure she was on. She went from SmackDown to Raw to NXT back to SmackDown, like in that one
Yeah.
week. Like you were everywhere with all the belts, and you still found ways to not be happy and to complain about everything when
Yeah.
there's people that literally have been getting shit on by the old man for years, and you know they're still making the best of it and not bitching when they're literally getting nothing, and they don't
Yeah.
get to go out and do Mandalorian and do all this other stuff that she wouldn't have if Hunter wasn't in charge. If Paul wasn't in charge of NXT back then, make all of them what they are today, giving them way better than 2.0. I was hoping it was gonna like when because they went straight. I don't know if you watched it. Went straight in intros and has like, oh, so they got rid of all that tie dye shit. They're like, wait for it, wait for it. No, what? It's entrances. I haven't seen it yet. Well, that'd be great if suddenly the lights just turned. Oh, right. And the crowd literally goes wild.
Yeah.
I don't know though. It's just one of the like the whole thing as a whole. Who would they
Yeah.
use? How are they going to use everybody? Do they come back? I see them coming back with him in charge.
Yeah.
Um, it's just I don't know. It's that weird time, but We know
Yeah.
Ronda will be a bad guy by the time we get to Survivor Series. I'm sure Charlotte will
Yeah.
be back pissing in people's Cheerios, even
Yeah.
though I've enjoyed not seeing her every
Agreed.
second. It's nice that if they start using Aaliyah and Shotzi, and there's a lot of people that you see me
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, they're getting their ass kicked. Like that's literally, sadly, what a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I think again, look what he did to the U.S. title in 5 seconds. I mean, look what he did NXT, the 2.0 women's tag titles, just like that.
Yeah,
Boom.
I was really really happy with that whole United
Yeah,
States title thing
same. Like
and letting Champa just talk.
I would like to
And
see.
speaking of that, there's been a lot more freedom for talent coming promos, as you can see in the last 2 weeks. Fun fact: Sheamus and McIntyre was actually most of it was called on the fly. There was not any, hey, we're going to do this. It was pretty much
That's the best way to do it.
go. It was like you two go, and of course, they gel well together. They've face each other enough times where
Oh
they
yeah,
can do
like
that. Yeah, I mean
that's the good thing though
it's a no brainer with that
about
really.
that situation. I think that's really like just let them be them. And
Yeah,
I really, really hope, like I know as terrible as it sounds, that if Champ is gonna be the one to win the US title,
I'm fine with that.
that they do us the greatest favor ever, and Miz just immediately skull crushing finale, and they go right into a thing so we can get Champa back to Champa. Miz can
Yeah.
still be Miz. We could see Champa do his best work, not just playing a lackey running around in fluorescent
Oh yeah.
colors. I heard there's rumors of him possibly getting his old song back. Like just let or Miz goes to get him love and he just kadoosh. Nighty
Yeah.
night, Miz. Like give us back him.
And Champa's instant baby
Yeah.
face.
And I heard Miz wants to, and he was in that good place where he was in between.
Yeah.
He wasn't really. I mean, it's not like what he was doing. I mean, he wasn't necessarily a good guy, but he was still like one of the top baby face. He was in that beautiful phase in between.
Yeah.
I think again, either one of those two, just to instantly do it. He's instantly whatever you need him to be.
Yeah.
And he can do either of them very well. Miz can go off and keep doing Dancing with the Stars, All Stars, or whatever the hell is coming up.
Yeah.
All that stuff. He can go away, because you can
Yeah.
believe Ciampa just beating the bejesus out of him and us not seeing this for a couple of years. Just see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
It'll be your typical Miz, I made you and blah blah blah. When Miz didn't do anything,
Yeah.
instant heat on Miz, Champa beats crap out of him, everyone cheers. Problem
Like, I
solved.
just think that would be, I hate to let's find a better phrase than best for business. That would make the most God-forsaken sense. I reckon that wouldn't suck. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Hi. Do that. Everyone will be happy with you and maybe even me for a change. People normally aren't happy with me, but guess what?
Yeah.
So I said it very quietly, if at
But
all.
another quick random wrestling fact: yesterday, 30 years ago, Farouk won the WCW World Title.
Hell yeah. I saw that, but I think I already saw it. I don't remember if it was someone else or if you personally shared it on the thing.
I think I did. I'm pretty
I was
sure.
just really
I
scrolling. I
share
was
a
like,
lot. I share so much that I don't remember.
which is why I hate going to shows. I'm like, that might already be there. Why? Because my timeline is so. Facebook does absolutely hate me seeing any of even my own stuff. Yeah, they don't like me. They like me more than YouTube, but yeah, like I'm like, God, but it showed like why I'm just seeing like 12 years ago. What I don't want to double share because then I'll look at the page later and go, son of a, and I will delete it. But yeah, that was history right there.
Yeah.
It's a lesser appreciated piece of history, even with how the world's gone all
Yeah.
topsy turvy. I thought that would get more, that deserves more than just the Black History Month thing. I mean, like that was the accomplishment of that, what it actually meant.
Yeah,
Like
and
that
and
should be
other guys
celebrated all the time
other
now because
guys
he
like
deserved
Tony
it.
Atlas and stuff like that. A lot of it
Yeah,
goes it doesn't it goes unremembered.
yeah,
I mean, we all know Rocky Johnson, Tony Atlas, in the
yeah,
earlier days, but it wasn't obviously a really big focal point at that point. Watching Young Rock, with guys like Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson, when going through certain towns, they would lean back in the car and just kind of coast through them you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't think people really truly appreciated what they did in ring ability compared, even though it was their skin color. I mean, they were great. They were great at what they did.
yep,
And again, the stereotypical, you know, dark-skinned wrestler. A lot of the stuff they wanted to do the whole fried chicken and watermelon thing. And you know what?
Always.
Good for Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson standing up for themselves. Good. No, we're not going to be those stereotypical. We're going to do what we know we can do. And history of Rocky Johnson turning down a lot of promotions because they wanted them to do stupid stuff like that. And,
you have to respect all of it for having the cojones to be like, no, bro,
no.
Like I could pick you up and literally break you in half like a wishbone. How about we don't do that?
Yeah.
How about we just pick him up by his what? How about we don't? Okay, what? Glad for him though. I saw that again. Didn't know if it was you, but that's still history. And look at it. And now, sadly, what's he known for? Damn. Like drinking beer, playing cards, smoking cigars, the door, and the word damn, no matter what he accomplished. Congratulations for getting that heavyweight championship.
And messing up a bar about every 2 weeks.
Yeah, like thank you. Never mind all of that what you gave me in my teenage years. Thank you.
Hey Tim, what?
Jesus Christ. What? And fun. I was watching it was great watching Dark Side of the Ring yesterday because I just had it on just because. And speaking of Tim, like seeing way back him refereeing when they didn't even have like the zebra shirt. Like, dear God, he was young at some point.
Yeah.
Mr. White, that's not right. Jesus Christ, he was a baby. You always see him in pictures with Andre, but like seeing him in the ring, you're going, damn, what a time.
Yeah. But gonna switch it back up here to some Hollywood movie stuff. Daredevil Born Again. I'm excited. I love the original Daredevil series that was produced, and we'll get to see a few different variations of this the Daredevil suit that we have all known from the comic books. And then of course John Berthel's Punisher is going to be mixed in there, and then we're looking at the next season of the Punisher in about 2 years. That's what I read so far. I actually like John Berthel as the Punisher. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Thomas Jane. Great movie with John Travolta, but the series with John Berthel, like
that was a good movie. I don't care.
John Berthel really fits right in there. I mean, I've seen the Punisher, the couple first seasons of the Punisher. I've watched them probably at least 2 or 3 times, just because the fact that it's something I like going back to.
Everyone told me that it was like one of those slow burns. Like what? It takes a few episodes, but if you stick through it, it's worth it.
If you stick through the first 5 episodes, then you finally get the groundwork, and then it starts.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I'm glad to hear that they're putting out more seasons, because last I heard about it, like it was nixed, I believe. You can call me wrong on that, because again,
it was up in the air, and then again, they saw how much people
lost
people wanted Daredevil, and of course you can't have Daredevil without John Berthel's Punisher. I mean, they cross his paths with multiple characters in both shows.
What was it that I just saw got canceled? Flash
is now season 9 has been cut down to 13 episodes. It will be the last season.
It's just,
and then the Arrowverse is coming to an end. Gotham Knights got canceled. Thank God. I'm sorry. I saw the trailer for that. I'm just so glad. That's one thing I'm glad WB decided. You know what? Because, and I think from the backlash from people that saw the trailer, I mean, a good call. I mean, it wasn't, and people are like trying to compare this Gotham Knights, show to the game that's coming out. And if it were something around the bouts of the game that's coming out, I would be okay with. But it's like Bruce Wayne's son, and then Joker's daughter, and somebody else that's being Robin, and
so they were just smoking some shit.
I don't know,
some of the wrong shit, and then they woke up and went, "What the?"
Yeah, like it didn't
even sound good.
Look, I think looking at it, it's like they tried to take something based off of main comic book characters and kind of giving it the Titans kind of thing, where it's a whole bunch of band of misfits coming together. It just didn't work. That's how I felt when I saw the trailer. And honestly, I was lost in the trailer. Like, I had to watch that probably about a
Keep talking.
half dozen times to actually get the gist of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, good on WB for that was the right call. Still, again, not happy about the Batgirl movie, but hey. All right, so switching, we'll go back to some wrestling. Tenille Dashwood and Madcap Moss are a thing. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw a picture of that right before I was getting everything.
Yeah. I don't have too much on that. I didn't know they were dating, but I guess it's an official thing. And then wanted to touch base again, and I can't talk about enough. Gunther really taking the reins as far as the weight loss. He actually did that
terrifying.
before. He actually started doing that before Vince even put any kind of thought in his head, because the article I read, he's like, I knew my time was coming for the main roster. I wanted to show that I'm dedicated, and he obviously has proved this all right. True dedication. I can't see. I mean, I can guarantee countless hours in the gym, diet. I wish I could be a lot more disciplined like him and actually, take my genetics and turn it into something that it's not.
Hey, but look what he had on the line.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Good on him. I mean, he was a porker, and now he's got a six pack. I wish I had. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's got more time to figure out meal prep and all that stuff, because he doesn't really have to adult like I do. But like if I could really buckle down like that. I mean, I do buckle down, but not.
He lost a little weight before him and Ilya went at it again, but since that last Dragunov match, man, he got
good on him. I want to know what plan he's on. Seriously, like if I could talk into his ear and go, "Yo, bro,
literally,
give me the 411 on that."
What the are you doing? Why?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what the?
I mean, I get about I can average about 35 minutes during my lunch, between going to and from the gym during work. But if I had a little bit more time, or maybe I just need to start getting up and doing 2 days, 2 to 3 times a week again. Get up early in the morning and just suck it up. And
overrated.
But,
overrated.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My last 2 weeks before my physical, I was doing at least 3 2-a-days during the week.
Oh, and for the longest time, I was doing them like 6-7 days a week sometimes.
Yeah,
like I was just going through like what the. And you,
I mean,
I lost a lot of weight.
I mean, the nice thing is I have a detailer now at our shop, so I can actually not be completely obliterated mentally and physically. I mean, I said that solid month and a half, my body was hurting between trying to do that, my own job, and still trying to hit the gym, whether it was in the morning or after work at that point. But like I would seriously want to know what that guy's regimen is.
And shout out to Gotham. They cut it off way too early.
Oh yeah,
they cut that off too early and let some of these just keep going. No offense, Gotham. In my opinion,
I'd be fine with just a Riddler and Penguin thing, like a spinoff.
That was fantastic.
I mean, don't get me wrong. So far as I know, it's still on the books for the Penguin spinoff based off the Batman movie, where pretty much Penguin takes over the slums and everything, which I'm hoping, because don't get me honestly, Colin Farrell, I liked his Penguin. Just looking at it from the Arkham video game aspect, the Australian down and dirty, like
it's just weird to see Colin Farrell
easy sweetheart, like that kind of persona. And Colin Farrell got some hate on his role as Penguin. I think he did phenomenal for what it was. Again, I don't know if you saw, and I don't know if I shared it with you. I think it was in a group text with you and Dan, where Rami Malek, that played Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody, the concept of him as Scarecrow, because he plays a good crazy. If you have not seen Mr. Robot, then you're wrong. Like, if you actually watch Mr. Robot, you'll understand that they fit. That would fit perfectly for Rami Malek. Like,
but just remember, some of us had to go to bed.
Yeah.
Saw a few upsets. Again, it was just If it's on like cable, like there better be a DVR. That's all I'm gonna say about that. There better be a DVR because I like. Did you watch that? Oh, like I told you
Oh,
about it the night before. Like, yeah, you did. I just suck at watching anything. It's just here for background noise most of the time. But yeah, if you ever see him do, I mean, he's in a lot of things. Like you'll understand what he can play. I just find
yeah,
it weird to see Colin Farrell still alive. It's like every time he pops up, you're like, oh, yeah. Because I mean, you got to think Colin Farrell used to be everywhere,
yeah.
and suddenly he was just where the did he go? And yeah, sorry, I was waiting. I thought the cat was about to do a trick. There we go. I was waiting for it.
Yep.
I was waiting. There we go.
Not your butt.
Pit the
Not the
kitty.
butt. Not the
Nut,
butt.
nut to butt.
There you go.
There you go, kitty. Yeah.
But since we're hitting Hollywood here, Broadway in 2023, we are looking at a Back to the Future musical.
Ugh. Let it go.
I don't know. What I'm really not happy with is the reboot of Roadhouse
Yeah, isn't it like
with
Conor
Jake
McGregor?
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. It's just Roadhouse. I mean, the Family Guy went Roadhouse. Just that was a good one. They
Especially when drives to the Burger King drive-through, and every corner he takes, he roundhouse kicks his steering wheel. Roadhouse, 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 Roadhouse.
you know, that was good. I don't know. I mean, I'll give it like the benefit of the doubt, even though I heard like Anthony Bourdain always. I don't know if he was joking or not, saying Roadhouse 2 is actually better than Roadhouse 1. I honestly can't believe anything outdid Swayze, but what the hell do I know?
Yeah,
But yeah, like just leave it at just leave it
yeah.
at
Let it
just
go.
leave it a Family Guy. But Roadhouse, he's just kicking everything. It was like Sean and Stan. What? Papers flying. That's pretty much what that Family Guy was.
Yeah,
It was Sean walking down that poor. I just kicked Stan. Yeah. Hello, kitty cat. But yeah, I'm not. I don't know.
yeah,
Leave it alone.
yeah. But speaking of backstage and stuff like that, I think I shared it on the page. I'm not too sure. The producers of the SummerSlam matches,
Yep.
like legit. Like
Yeah.
no wonder it was actually,
I don't
you know,
remember. I don't remember who was in charge of that one particular match.
yeah,
I don't remember whose name was on that one, but the card was actually good. I just
yeah,
again, everyone you told me your piece, you see what like it's just I know she had her in a submission here and there, but I mean even when she had Ronda in a submission, it didn't look like she was beating Ronda with that submission. It looked like she was
yeah,
about to get murdered.
yeah,
So that's my only but I mean they did a phenomenal job with
yeah, yeah.
minus that. Uh, I don't know. I think they messed up by having like the match the orders they did to have Bailey and them come out because then we're all like, what? Whatever. Who's coming now? And then it's like Edge, like, and like, who else is behind that damn TV screen? Well, we all knew he was coming.
Yeah.
What the? It,
And Edge, I did like the promo on Raw for Edge. Was fine with that. He didn't go too crazy, just enough to, you know. I know. I mean, at least he got to come out the Metalingus. I guess that made you pretty happy. I'm still hoping he uses that new theme he was using for here and
well,
there purposes.
yeah,
Um,
for when he
no,
has to
no,
pull it out,
yeah,
it sounded
I'm I'm
wrong, but
I'm fine with that.
yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good to actually hear him get to use words, like not like cutting it back to the TV PG thing. Like it was nice to
Oh
actually hear him
yeah,
just like what because he
go
always has
off
good he has good
the
delivery.
cuff.
He has
Yeah.
good delivery. It's just or you can't say this.
Like I noticed between 2 weeks ago and or last time he was on TV. I mean, just even with the Judgment Day stuff, it seemed scripted. Like it really did. Like it didn't seem like your normal
What it was
edge
just
edge kind of. It was more gritty this past Raw. It was
yeah. I
really
mean, it was
gritty.
back to what he can do. I mean, I still think he was doing. I don't know. The delivery was just the character he was playing. He was doing it very well that whole whatever the hell that word. I mean, there's a lot of big words that were thrown around during that. I was kind of happy to not hear him talking like that anymore. I
The
think this is
mountain,
more
the mountain of
omnipotence.
omnipotence.
Yeah, the mountain of
Yeah, that
omnipotence.
say that 10 that times fast. Ooh, that.
Mountain of omnipotence. There, I said it once.
Yeah,
Say
said
that
it
10
better
times
than me.
fast. 10 times fast. That 10 times fast. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoyed it back though. It just felt more natural. Again, he was
yeah,
playing that character very well. It's just we saw Edge and then Edge and then Edge and all these years of Edge, and then suddenly you're going, eh. And the blacklight made him look like he was 4,000 years old, but
yeah.
that didn't help him.
No,
And I did see we're on that note. I mean, Finn saying that, he's at least willing now to pull the demon back out of the thing if they actually let him be in control of it again. Because there's stuff
yeah.
he'd love to do a
And
lot
I think,
different.
I think Triple H will allow that.
Yeah, I think that
I just don't see Judgment Day lasting that long anymore. I just,
thanks to them. I mean,
yeah. Honestly, if they had this whole thing with Balor and Edge, and I would be fine with Edge winning, and then the whole Judgment Day just go poof. Like, I'm sorry.
I think it had
Priest can do what he does best on his own.
Yeah.
I like how he's added things to his repertoire since being with Judgment Day, but he can just take that now and roll with it as a singles. You know what I mean? Like, and Rhea's Rhea. I mean,
now they have someone in charge that actually knows how to use her.
Yeah. So
sorry, even worse, that's actually willing to use her.
Yeah. So I mean, even if the whole thing disbands, it'd be fine on their singles, terms.
See, it could have been. I mean, that could have been something really good, and then you had to go and throw whatever. I mean, what I guess
magical stuff.
Yeah, they had to go and be all mystical. They had to go with and it just killed it. And they had a great chance. Yeah.
Apparently, Daisy agrees.
Yeah, someone's dying. I don't know. Keep going. Don't worry.
But since we're still on the wrestling thing, looks like AEW is the latest trademark may point to a women's wrestling series. I guess maybe their take on women of wrestling, which is actually coming out on the CW this fall. Maybe something to compete with. I would be okay with that. I don't know what your take is, but maybe actually being able to utilize their complete women's division without it just being, like 6 people that get all the time, and then everyone's just kind of sitting around and catering.
And then occasionally someone else gets to have like their moment in the sun, but then that moment lasts for literally a moment, and it's right back to the same people all the time.
Yeah,
it's like yay, Brit's back, like yay. So her Jamie can take and Rebel just standing there could take up 90% of the women's time. Yay. I mean, that'd be cool if they did that, though. I mean, I did see that. I saw, more importantly, though, good old Nick Khan talking about Tony Khan, sorry, whatever the hell his name is, the idiot with all the money and the hair. That's Tony. There you go. Nick's the asshole that everyone says they won't go back to WWE and work if he's still there. That's Nick. Tony saying that Stephanie being in charge is great for the business now if there's two, going to be actual 2 competitive companies and all that. Like, dude, I know you're very high on yourself, but can you not be so high on other things? Like, hey, well, good enough competition. Like, bro, I hate to break it to you, but even with how bad the machine was, like, they still beat you.
Yeah. But
sorry, because the stuff AEW does really good. They have really good matches. And then we have the thing that we had last week on Rampage for the main event when literally people were just evacuating the building in mass chaos. Granted, that was like the 4th hour, but how long they taped Sunday Night Heat or Velocity or anything before like 3 hours of Raw. Like, people stuck around. I mean, people went through 14 hours of WrestleMania in San Francisco that year, and Levi Stadium. Everything there was literally at least 12.
Yeah,
like no one left that. I mean, like, you guys have to really suck for people to leave after 4.
Yeah,
that's embarrassing. So he's number 2. Great matches, but again, for everything they do good, they do so many bad things. It's like, like you do think like you're yay, like let's get Rampage viewers, and it's like yay, you have one good match, and then your ratings are good right off the get-go, and everything trails off, so you just put shit at the end that no one wants to watch.
Yeah,
instead of trying to hold people the whole time.
Yeah,
at least 2.0, they at least had the ability to hold people for 2 hours.
True.
Granted, we might have been waiting to see how much they were going to piss us off next, but hey, that's how Howard Stern got most of his viewers when he was still relevant.
Agreed.
Did I say that out loud?
Oh,
Before he sold out. It's amazing how all the people that said buck the system are now the system itself. I just love how that always those circle things, except for, Iggy Pop. Thank you for still being Iggy Pop. Respect to you. What you said the system, and well, you are still flipping off the system. You have not morphed.
well, hopefully a system that works in the video game world. I'm really hoping this AEW Fight Forever, since we are fans of THQ and Ukes. Saw some of the screenshots. No solid gameplay videos yet, but it looks like it could be promising. Looking
like
at it, you
throwback.
can tell you can tell it's THQ and Ukes,
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. Hoping the controls are about the same.
Especially that's what they were going for, was the feel of the old games like back
Yeah.
then. So
Yeah,
I looked at it, I remember that.
If you saw any of the press stuff there,
Yeah.
they did mention other legend games or classic wrestling games, which obviously was a nod to the machine. I think it's going to be something a little bit easier for my kid to play. I mean, we don't watch a lot of AEW, but he knows some of the wrestlers that were with the machine that are now, so
half the roster was on the machine last year.
Yeah. So
almost half the roster is.
I think we're gonna pre-order it. I'm glad it's physical copy. Right now it's only being advertised on Amazon. I did not see anything for GameStop. I did not see anything digital at this point, which kind of makes sense.
Don't go too.
At least if you get the physical copy and you don't like it, heck, you might get some decent store credit for it not being in stores and just exclusively to Amazon. So I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and get it. Just for the simple fact, depending on who's on the cover, and it's going to be the first AEW video game, it'll probably hold some value in the long run as the first AEW game. So there'll be some kind of nostalgic value out of it down the line. So I think I'm going to.
Unless the ECW down the road. It's only that game didn't hold anything.
I have faith in THQ and Ukes, so I think I'm going to.
Yeah. Like, I just like the look of it because you could tell it was a nod, and it doesn't look nearly as ridiculous as the first pictures. Those first ones were god awful. Now when it's down to where it is, I understand where they were going with it. So
yeah,
I'm not as hateful on it as I'm sure a lot of younger kids are going. What the?
They put a lot of time. I mean, they started the game right when AEW started, so like they've had time to fine tune things and make it a very impactful a game. So yeah, I think I'm going to.
Oh, I think that won't be that risky of a move.
Yeah.
Oh, someone cutting their grass right now.
I can't hear a thing, so.
Yeah, really, how are you cutting your grass right now? That's impressive.
But gonna go jump back into some non-related wrestling stuff. As we all kind of knew, Deshaun Watson suspended 6 games.
Saw that coming.
We knew. Yeah, we saw that coming. I think 24 out of 25 accounts were like, okay, yeah, bad Deshaun.
Yeah,
and from what I hear, there's not going to be any kind of appeal. Watson's just like, okay, yep, I'm just gonna.
It's funny they're saying, well, it doesn't mean anything happened. You settled with 24 out of the 25. You didn't do anything wrong. When you wouldn't just be settling with everybody.
Yeah,
I don't care what anyone tries to say. You're undisclosing your settlements outside of court and not fighting these things that really make you out to be a creeper. You probably did something.
Hey, but he gets $230 million guaranteed. Whatever. It's Browns doing Browns things. Yeah.
Like I said on the post, I remember who. Yeah, it's between. I think you were on there too at that, and I know it was crotchety. Like what? It's just the Browns doing Browns things.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, don't do it.
I think it's just smart for Deshaun Watson just to take the punishment, be done with it. Don't pull it out because it could always get worse. I mean, that was just minimal.
Yeah.
6 games and whatever else. So
more stuff could come out. Bad things could happen.
If you settle with 24 out of 25, at least nothing else is going to make it any worse if you just shut up and take the punishment.
Just be a man.
Yeah.
Take it and what for your. I mean, I'd say you can't really be a man unless you admit to everything you did. But bite the bullet, take the thing, shut the hell up, and move on. And as the world turns, you'll move on. Like, the world will just, but sooner or later, the world will forget about it. Well, if you start winning in Cleveland, no one will think twice about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, allegedly, that's my hope in it. At least. But I mean, it could again get way worse. I just think it's really funny that you know everything that he did. That whole thing, 6 games.
That's pretty generous.
People that have like domestic violence for literally beating the Jesus out of their wives don't get whole seasons. And then was it Calvin Ridley was hurt and put like $10 on DraftKings and he's suspended for the whole year. I just think that's hilarious. Like, sexually, harassing women, fine. Beating your wife, fine. $10 on DraftKings, but not fine whole year.
Yeah.
Like that's cute, but that's why everyone thinks you guys are a joke. Partially why your ratings suck.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that serious, 6 games. A few bucks on DraftKings on a game you're not even out there playing because you're home because you're hurt that week and they suspend you for a whole season. Like, that's hilarious.
At least, you could have had somebody bet for you
That's just
and not under your actual account.
It's just so dumb though. What did he throw the game because he was never scheduled to play in it anyway by putting $10 on it? No. That guy literally beat the brakes off his wife, admitted to it. 6 games.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that makes sense. Actually, no.
Yeah.
Scratch that. That makes 0 sense. But hey, it's just.
But what does make sense is Sylvester Stallone starring in another action movie. I don't know if you've seen the preview for Samaritan, but that looks like probably the most physical movie that he's ever been in. That just from the trailers, I'm really hoping that movie lives up to what the trailer has been showing us. And I think we saw that 2 or 3 times on Peacock, mate. I don't know if you saw the same, commercials and stuff that me and Dan saw, but that was at least on twice for almost every commercial break. I mean, it looks good. Like I'm gonna watch it.
I don't remember seeing the whole thing, but I have this really bad habit anymore just because so many movies like haven't lived up. Like I just don't watch it because I hate being like, well, that looks great, and then you go and watch it, and it's just.
Well, I mean, it's just a Sylvester Stallone movie. I mean, I
it
really
should be good, but
I haven't really been disappointed in any Stallone movie, to be honest with you.
But I mean, then you look at Nolan since Batman, and you like look at all the flops he's had. Where we're just going,
yeah.
And you're going, that was it. Like that's what they made all that big deal about.
Still hoping out for another Bale and Nolan movie. That would be great.
That'd be great. But his brain was right for that.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff since then.
Yeah.
Like, retire. If that's what you best you have. Go away. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and since we're hitting on the movie streak here, possible rumor Tobey Maguire to return in Avengers Secret War with wearing the black Spider-Man suit, which kind of makes sense. That would be cool. Obviously, we know Andrew Garfield has already signed for a 3-movie deal, which includes Secret War. But that would be cool. Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
I would throw a fit about that.
As I said, I've liked all the Spider-Man movies for their time and the actors that were in them.
I haven't. I haven't seen any of the new ones. What can I say? I'm like 200 movies behind in the the Marvel whole entire universe there with Avengers. Like, I'm so far behind. I know how it ends. As we're all going, no. Besides that, I know how that ends.
Yeah. And then Tom Holland confirmed for Fantastic Four cameo. That would be fun.
Yeah, hopefully the Fantastic
I'm
Four
not
movie's better than the one when we were
who's
kids.
Been cast for the Fantastic Four. I really haven't read into it, but
I haven't. I remember the one that was when we were kids really didn't live up. I found that to be that was kind of a.
Sorry, you're better as Captain America than the Human Torch. End of story.
Like junk, I believe is the word. It's not nice to call it junk, but
yeah,
it wasn't good.
And speaking of junk, I'm really hoping this Joker 2 movie that comes out in October of 2024, I really hope it's not a letdown and ruins the first one, because Joaquin Phoenix was great in the first one, And then obviously the rumors of Lady Gaga playing Harley, rendition of Harley Quinn and it being a musical. I'm just not too sure, man. Just not too sure about that.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, see, thank you. That was one of the things I went. Well, I
Yeah,
was just sitting there like,
yeah,
what? It was like I was on the Price is Right and make it go that way. Where's it
yeah,
going? Don't care. And it was a million flicks. Like that was like,
yeah,
ooh, that doesn't even sound why. Like you
yeah,
make like you do something that no one ever thought you could do with the
yeah.
character and how much everyone loved it. They're going to turn into a musical. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
I'm
like a
really.
great idea.
Mm.
You go right for that. If it
But
makes you
what?
happy, it can't be
But
that bad.
what seems like a great idea though, and now that we're gonna hop back on the wrestling
It
train.
seemed like a good idea. That apparently, but like the
Yeah,
grizzled young veterans doing that seemed like a great idea apparently to somebody. But I mean, it would have been great if they
yeah.
just turned on Gacy already. Another story I kept hoping for. Please, like Triple H, just give us
Yeah.
something. Anyway, please move on to something positive. I've just been staring at it every
So
time I have to
something that I
restart that.
think could be positive. I'm kind of glad Seth Rollins kind of name drop Reigns for the Universal title. That could be believable as far as the one to dethrone Reigns if nothing happens with Drew. I mean, you think about it. I mean, that thing he did with Reigns coming out to the Shield music, getting inside Reigns' head. I feel
He
Rollins
plays it
is
well.
believable.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's very believable the way he did it, but you got to think even then he still lost.
Yeah,
I mean, they've gone out of their way,
but I
no
mean,
matter how
I'm,
much
I'm,
people got in their head or how much they built towards it, no matter what. Roman's the new Hulk. Or Andre, as you beat the bejesus out of me, but you could come up as much, no matter what. He's going over in the end of the day. And that's been the problem because they have gone out of the way to make sure no one even comes close except for Brock, because no one's going to stop Brock from being over.
yeah.
I don't know about that. I've seen the theories of Drew winning and then Theory cashing in, but I'll believe Drew that Roman's going to lose the title when Roman actually loses the title. Because
Yeah,
there's been enough times I have sat here in this damn chair with that jankety gangster TV behind me, with animals making all kinds of weird noises out there, talking about what it makes sense now, why people aren't on it anymore. We need a break.
yeah,
And by the way, it's amazing how now he's continued the streak. Nashville, acknowledge me. Philadelphia, acknowledge me. Pittsburgh, acknowledge me. He's in Wilkes-Barre, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Like, you're a dick. He's continued just right on what he says every other goddamn city name except for Wilkes-Barre. What is that hard? What, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania? You can say it. I know you can say it. You miserable pile.
I wish they would. I wish they would make a shirt like that, like Brock has, like for Suplex
Nick
City.
City.
Yeah,
Like why not? I mean, like that was still well. Hey, look, flinging Roman around like a rag doll for however many minutes that was. I mean, that led to a legend of a T-shirt.
yeah.
And it was just wherever the hell Brock happened to show up.
And
Bang.
Shop actually made it customizable at one point.
No.
You can put whatever you want, while within reason, obviously.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's Vince. There's no reason. He was going to let someone. I mean, he hate me. He's going to let someone put teabagger on the back of a jersey. If you remember the 30 for 30, it's Vince.
Yeah,
There's no extent. Like it's just in your own way. He
yeah.
wasn't the old man. I wish though, as cheap and cheesy as it would have been, if all that came loose and he came out on like SmackDown that night and fired himself and then rode off into the sunset. Vince McMahon, what just done? Like throw up the Nixon, just on your way out the door because we all know you're a crooked bastard, and go away.
Vince in the ring with the mirror. You're fired. Walks away.
So, what? You're fired. And hit John Cena's music for no chance at all, for no reason at all. Just have John Cena's music play, so and have R-Truth come out.
Yep.
And we're all just trying
The
to figure
sad
out
part is once you said John Cena's music, I'm thinking R-Truth. That's pretty sad that we were thinking.
Like that would have just
my bad.
Like I don't like hell. Have Vince fire himself back in a garbage truck. Have have Bischoff pick him up, throw him into the damn thing. We'll all sit there and go, my dude. Sorry, or have him tell me he's fired, and then Cena come out and garbage truck like they did back when they fired, Bischoff. Something like that, but him just going off into the sunset and getting rid of his Facebook and his Twitter, just dropped like getting ghosted altogether. And I saw reports where they're removing his name from everything, like he never existed backstage. Like, one, Jesus; two, about time; three, damn. Like, you do know he still owns like 51% of the company, right?
Yeah.
He's still on the board. He's just not the chairman of it anymore. Giddy gad. Yay. I already have a monster sitting outside, like right outside that door. And he's not even done growing yet. But
Not on the keyboard.
I thought that would have been, I thought it should have went more, Here, one more year fired and then get serenaded to no chance as you walk out.
Yeah.
Or have Kurt's music hit so everyone can just tell him he sucks all the way out the door. Hey, they'd chant it regardless if Kurt's there or not. Everyone will get the memo the second that music hits, and he will get told he sucked all the way there, especially when Kurt doesn't even show up. It would have been extra just, you get out of my life. And I just see, these are the things I've been thinking of this whole time. Could have done that. Could have done that. Should have done that. Yeah, but just do something. So we're all just stuck sitting there going, Kurt Angle, like just nothing. Just boom out the building. I'll see you later. I'm out. What? Yeah, what? Vince, you went out like just as big of a dick as everyone said you've always been. Congratulations. Yay. Wonder if I could post this on YouTube. Oh, wait, I could still use that account. Hey, oh. Dicks. God. Thank you, YouTube, you beloved souls. I don't know what I did to you, but stop hating me. I didn't do it. And it was like a year ago. Like, how the hell you finally? And I listened to it. I didn't even say anything. Like, literally didn't say anything that actually went against any medical anything, and they still went after me. Savages, but seems like a good ending point. So, I saw you blow out the candle, so you didn't light a cat on fire. Well, sorry, so a cat didn't light itself. So a cat didn't light itself on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because cats. But yeah, Notebook is closed. And by the way, for all the world out there, I was at Target today. There is no reason that a 3-inch 3-ring binder should cost me $13.
Oof, that's hateful.
For the love of God. I know how, like, those things didn't suddenly explode in price. So you know what? I'm not getting a binder. I'm just going to continue the stack. I'm going to start looking like Dave Meltzer. I'm just going to have just stacks of everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for his house. One spark, like his whole house is going up from that room with one spark. Like, that's terrifying. But he knows where everything is. But I'll be back next week. You'll be back next week.
Yep.
And we had fun. So again, subscribe. It's in the top corner on YouTube, Rumble, Good Pods, Apple, Google Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, Cashbox. It's everywhere. Find it, like it, comment on it, tell people about it, and share it. Word of mouth is fun, especially letting us know what you think, because that makes doing all of this so much easier when people are actually, I see how many likes and stuff we get and watches. Doesn't take much to say a few words. Please. So yeah. Thank you, Justin, for joining us. Thank you to that fly. And I'll be back next week. So enjoy the rest of your week and peace.